Here with Reaction Montana Senator Tim Sheehy. Senator, great to see you tonight, as always. This is a wild time because he took that success in the Middle East and the world coming to him, and now he's using that coalition, a lot of people in that coalition, a lot of leaders in that coalition, to pivot in this move against China, threatening the rare earth supply for the world. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, it's really fourth dimensional geopolitics that he's running here. From one crisis to another, he's moving pretty seamlessly. And he's got an awesome team around him, as you mentioned. Secretary Rubio's doing a great job. Steve Witkoff, Jared, of course, Secretary Bessent. We're so lucky to have these amazing minds around the president. And, I mean, the guy is nonstop. He's got a nuclear reactor in his stomach. I mean, he's working. I mean, he's called me at 2 in the morning. He flies from one country to the next. Yeah, and he lands 7 a.m. on a Saturday. He's on the phone. He's on a plane to another country. He's back. He gets off the plane here. He's doing a Charlie Kirk ceremony. So he's working hard, and most importantly, he's getting results. And that's what we need. America needs results. After all these 20-plus years of geopolitical wandering, we're getting results. We're
going to get more into the Mamdani issue later on in the show, but just that one soundbite where he wouldn't say that Hamas should disarm. What do you take from that?
Well, if anybody watched the videos today of Hamas reasserting control over Gaza, everyone who wanted the IDF out of Gaza because they were a terrible genocidal force. Well, now they're actually watching Hamas today executing people in lines, putting people on their knees in the street, executing them. And our current Democrat Party can't even find it in their platform to condemn outright murder, disgusting terrorism, and mass death at the hands of Hamas and Islamic radicals around the world. So I think the party's lost right now. You know, we won last fall in historic margins by delivering common sense. Americans want a secure border, safe streets, cheap gas. Cops are good, criminals are bad, boys are boys, girls are girls. These are common sense issues that most Americans agree on. And right now, the Democrats are worried about boys and girls sports. They want to defend Hamas. And they're more worried about protecting the rights of narco terrorists than they are about our own ICE agents who now have bounties on their head. So common sense is winning, and we're going to keep pushing every day.
Senator, Connecticut Congressman Jim Himes. I'm from Connecticut, so I always have to go to Connecticut. Sorry. Well, it's a beautiful state, some bad leadership, but compared the United States to this, watch.
Maybe in other dictatorships like North Korea and China and Iran, but in this country, we don't have masked armed agents ripping civilians out of their cars. And so, yes, of course, there is a upwelling of desire that the opposition party, that's my party, say, hey, this is not consistent with American values and it must stop.
Another dictatorship comment. They're still doing the Hitler, the Nazi, still.
Yeah, it's pretty disgusting.
But why do you think, I'm sorry to interrupt, but why do you think they're repeating what hasn't worked? It's crashed and burned, the whole Hitler, Nazi dictatorship. Well, why do you think they're going back to that? It's reflexive.
Because the only part of their party that is cohesive and speaking right now is the far left. The far radical left wing of the party, which is pro-Hamas, pro-transgender ideology, pro-unchecked mass migration into our country. All these folks are worried about the rights of illegal immigrants and drug dealers and foreign terrorists, yet they don't seem to be worried about the safety of our ICE agents. The reason they're wearing masks is because the cartels have prices on their heads. They're literally paying people to murder them. So for them to protect their identities is completely reasonable. And of course, they're worried about 300 U.S. National Guardsmen being sent to a city. They don't seem to have any care for the 10, 15, 20 million illegals who the Biden administration welcomed into this country, financed their arrival here, paid for their health care, their clothes, their food, their shelter. That doesn't bother the Democrats at all. Yet 300 National Guardsmen helping to make our streets safer so that people can go to school safely, can drive their cars down the street. That apparently is unconstitutional, yet letting millions of illegals into this country isn't.
Do you expect legal action against the president's moves, perhaps in Venezuela, bombing I imagine, drug labs and gang territory that produces a lot of the drugs that end up on U.S. soil?
I mean, I'm sure there will be legal action. He gets sued for everything. I mean, I'm sure he gets sued for going to the bathroom in the White House. I mean, they sue him for everything. But the reality is we've been executing kinetic operations against drug cartels for decades, the special operations community I came from. I mean, since the 80s, we've been all over Central and South America debilitating the drug traffic into the United States. So this is consistent with what our policy has been at varying degrees of severity, albeit for the last 50 years. But obviously, it's time to act on these. In 9/11, we lost 3,000 Americans tragically, and we went to war for 20 years to avenge and prevent that from happening again. These narco-terrorists are killing, in some cases, 50 to 100,000 Americans every single year. Every boat carrying fentanyl and drugs in this country is a weapon of mass destruction. We have every right to protect ourselves.
Senator, great to see you. Thanks
Great
for
to see
coming
you.
by.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.